Episode 306 The Empress. The appearance of the Origin Core Sovereign shocked everyone. Bobby was the only person present who had the capacity to scan the Mystic Sword Sovereign. However, even if he hadn't dared to, experts from the true mystic rank and above could perceive when someone was probing their spirit. No one present ever witnessed the strength of a sovereign from an Origin Core realm before. The first Origin Core expert had appeared a few hundred years ago when the Scarlet Moon cult had been at the peak of its power. Even then, they were very few in number. No wonder the Rising Dragon auction is one of the most talked about auctions on the continent, Master Higgins thought. Even Origin Core experts have taken the trouble to come. Bobby was also very impressed. Back in the 13 clans, there weren't any experts from the True Lord rank. The Broken Moon clan's strongest cultivator had only reached the true human rank. Bobby had read that sovereigns from the Origin Core realm didn't live in the same world as normal humans and could move between two worlds. Almost everything on auction had already been sold. The last remaining item was a piece of metal small enough to fit into one palm. Its color changed between black and purple depending on which angle you looked at it from. It was an Earth Grade item, meaning that it was extremely rare and valuable. Earth Grade was above the mortal and spirit grades, but below the Sky Grade. These grades were used to class skills, talents, and weapons. People who possessed the Earth Grade skills or weapons were very rare. As far as Bobby could tell, only Sarah's bloodline was anywhere near the Earth Grade. The auctioneer announced that bidding for the item was now open. Bobby tried to scan the item using his left eye, but was pushed back by an invisible power. Earth Grade items seem to be beyond my understanding, he thought. Trying to see into them with my left eye probably isn't a good idea. It could even be dangerous. The auctioneer gave some details of the item to encourage people to bid. Tens of thousands of years ago in the lands of the Augustus dynasty, the auctioneer began, a divine weapon was destroyed. From then on, the formation of dynasties was forbidden and they became a thing of legend. It seems like the 13 clans are so far away that they don't even count, Bobby thought. Since then, there has only been small, strong, and great clans, but no dynasties, the auctioneer continued. This small piece of metal that you see in front of you has been inspected by the official treasure inspection department, who have confirmed its Earth Grade quality. Although it's only a very small part of the original item, even those who have reached the True Lord rank found it difficult to control. Most importantly, it contains the intent of sovereigns from the Origin Core realm and maybe some legendary figures from the past. Everyone from the True Lord rank was looking at the item with desire since owning it would mean the chance to reach the Origin Core realm. The starting price for this extremely rare item is 50 million primal crystals. To bid, you have to raise the price by at least $1 million. The auctioneer said. 60 million! Someone from the audience shouted. 80 million! Someone else said. 85 million! Just when the price was about to pass 100 million primal crystals, a lady seated in one of the VIP booths stood up. The intent inside this item is very weak, she said. It's not worth much as you think. I'm not going to waste my time bidding for it. With these words, she disappeared into thin air. Now that she's out of our way, let's make our bid, Lord Tate commented to the man seated next to him. 100 million! He shouted. However, the bidding didn't stop there. Thanks to bids from the Ironblood clan and the Imperials, the price rose quickly. In the end, the Ironblood clan bought the item for 160 million primal crystals. Since the Imperials also already purchased the Demon Slaughter Blade, as well as some other valuable treasures, they had to give up on the idea of outbidding the Ironblood clan. Once the Earth Grade metal was sold, the auction was officially declared over. and everyone started to leave with their purchases. Bobby had bought quite a few interesting things. He had also earned around 20 million primal crystals by selling some of his loot. What really mattered, however, was that he found Empress Louisa. Now that the auction was over, Bobby went over to greet Lord Tate. Master Higgins, who was watching from a distance, was very surprised to see that Bobby knew the Deputy Patriarch already. I'd never have guessed that he was the one helping Lord Tate to complete the notorious Wheel of Light and Shadow, Master Higgins thought. With their journey at an end, Bobby bid farewell to Master Higgins, and they went their separate ways. As he turned, a flying chariot carved with the design of a green phoenix passed by above him. It belonged to Empress Louisa. His eyes followed it as it flew by. Empress Louisa was very beautiful, and even Bobby couldn't help feeling attracted to her. "I think someone's watching us," the Empress's assistant said. They both laughed playfully. The chariot landed a short distance away, near the Water Mist Pavilion. The assistant got out and walked toward Bobby. "The Empress wants to talk to you," she said. "She's over there at the other side of the pavilion." Bobby thanked her for her message and headed over to the Empress. The pavilion was a cool area decorated with hanging plants that were watered by a fountain of mist at its center. It also served as a high-class cafe. The Empress was seated in her own private lounge. Bobby pushed aside the beaded curtain that decorated the entrance and went inside. She wore a long, flowing dress that highlighted her perfect figure and beautiful face. Bobby's heart was beating rather quickly as he approached her. He would have liked to look deeper into her mind, but he didn't dare, since he wasn't sure if she would notice or not. He had to try his best to keep his feelings hidden, but the Empress must have noticed that he had been looking at her intensely. "Do you think I'm beautiful?" she asked him, laughing. Bobby blushed and did not reply. He hadn't expected an Empress to speak to him so frankly. The longer he stayed, the more attracted to her he felt. "Is it true that you escaped a marriage in the flooded Lake City to come all the way here to find me?" she asked.